Hey Sneakies, welcome back for some more Warframe on the PlayStation 4. In this episode, we finally see the arrival of Update 14, and with it, a ton of new features come along. Now, we will be going over all of that in the upcoming videos in the series, however, for this first one, we're just going to play through the Prologue. Now, the Prologue is basically a remake of the tutorial that's been in the game since it was first released on the PlayStation 4, and that was actually the very first video I did in this series. And this newly updated version is actually setting in place all of the pieces to the storyline that will eventually be in the game as it approaches the final release. So if you weren't already aware, yes, there will be a storyline in Warframe. It's not just going to be going around completing these missions for no apparent reason. And the game is still currently in open beta, so it hasn't been officially released yet. Anyways, as you can see here, none of my current progress will be lost regardless of my decision, so I can play the Prologue without any concern about losing all of my levels and all my weapons and Warframes that I've collected up to this point. So that's definitely a very good thing. That was something I was a little bit concerned about when I first heard about this. Anyway, Sneakies, don't forget to click like if you enjoyed this video and you want to see more in this series. Also, hit subscribe if you have not already done so to become a Sneaky today. That way you can continue to follow this series in the future and never miss another video in it ever again. As always, I do hope you enjoy. Here we go.
For generations you've slept. No purpose, no call to wake you. But now, something has risen from the ruins of the old war. The Grineer. Swallowing colonies whole, their clones flood the system from a hidden, toxic womb. The twin queens, the sisters, have sent their most beloved commander, Vor, on an urgent mission. To protect the twisted crusade they have begun. To transform the scattered colonies into an empire. To see that the Tenno, hidden and asleep, will never awake.
I got caught.
Alright, so that was a pretty cool cinematic to get things going here. Now, here is one of the first things they've changed with this new update. Previously, the three starting Warframes were Excalibur, Mag, and Loki. However, they've switched Loki out for Volt. Now, this makes a whole lot of sense because Loki is actually meant for more advanced players of Warframe. He's not really noob-friendly. You have to actually have a pretty good understanding to properly use him. So Volt definitely makes a whole lot of sense. He's definitely easy to get into, and he's actually a really solid Warframe. He's still one of my favorites. Definitely a big fan. Alright, so let's just go over each of them really quick before we get into some suggestions. Maybe this is your first time ever seeing a Warframe video and you want to see exactly who you should choose when you're first starting out, and hopefully I can help you with that. But Excalibur, a perfect balance of mobility and offense. Excalibur is the ideal Warframe for new players. Now, I have to say, starting out, he actually isn't really a bad one to go with. Although, once you start getting into the late game, he's not really super useful. Then Mag, with full command of surrounding magnetic energy, Mag is an expert at enemy manipulation. She's a solid Warframe too. And Volt can create and harness electrical elements. This is a high damage Warframe, perfect for players who want a potent alternative to gunplay. Now, he's definitely a solid one. Like I said, he's still one of my favorites. I used him a lot in the series, and he's still my most used Warframe in my actual profile if you go and look at your stats. Anyways, so if you need some suggestions on who you should choose, the first thing I should tell you is it's going to be completely based on your playstyle. Excalibur can kind of fill a tank role. He's not one of the best tanks in the game, but out of these three, he's the tank Warframe to go with. So he can get up close and personal. He has some useful abilities like Slash Dash can damage some enemies in front of you to get out of a jam. It can also help you with getting out of a jam too if you need to get out of somewhere really quick. Radio Blind is definitely his most useful ability because it will actually blind enemies and make them vulnerable to attack. So if you get surrounded, outnumbered, and you can get out of a jam pretty quickly with it. Now, Super Jump is basically a mobility tool. It makes him jump 3 times higher than a normal Warframe can, and you can use that for accessing random areas. You can also use it for combining your attacks. Like, you can actually combine that with Slash Dash. You can Super Jump, then Slash Dash right after it. That can help you with getting out of somewhere quickly and also attacking somebody in the air or something, or somebody on a higher level than you. And then Radial Javelin is technically his most powerful ability. It's pretty much something that helps you damage multiple enemies at once. So if you're more or less a tank role and you want somebody who can get up close and personal, doesn't have to worry about getting out of the line of fire necessarily as much, then Excalibur is probably your Warframe of choice to start out with here. I just hope these future updates will actually make his abilities more powerful so he's more useful at the end of the day. Alright, now Mag. Mag is a great Warframe to choose if you want a more supportive role. Now what this means is she's not going to be up close and personal trying to draw the enemy fire towards her. She's going to want somebody like a Rhino or a Valkyr up there basically attracting all the bullets to them, and then she'll be on the sideline helping them with her abilities. Now her abilities are definitely very solid. For example, Pull. Now when I actually make my ideal Mag build, I'm going to focus on the Pull ability, and that's because it both damages and it does some pretty significant damage at the same time. But it also knocks enemies on the ground, so it forces them to climb back up, and the whole time they're actually vulnerable to attacks. So that can get you out of sticky situations. You can actually get it to the point where it costs very little to actually cast it, and then you can keep spamming it over and over again, and you have a pretty solid Warframe. And Shield Polarize is great too because it will restore your team shields as well as deplete the enemy shields, so it has 2 great effects to it. And then Bullet Attractor, basically you mark a target, you fire your bullets, and they automatically get attracted to them even if they go around a corner. And then Crush is technically her most powerful ability, but I don't find myself using as much as Pull, but basically she launches enemies up in the air in her range and crushes their bones. It's a pretty brutal tactic, but it's quite effective at the same time, so she's a force to be reckoned with. And then there was Volt. So he's also a supportive role, but I find his abilities make him more of an attacking role than Mag necessarily. So the Corpus faction is especially vulnerable to him because they're more vulnerable to electrical damage, and you can see they're actually the ones they're using in this image here. Anyways, his ability's Shock. It links to multiple enemies. It's great for dealing with crowd control. It's pretty awesome actually. Speed boosts up the running speed of all your teammates. Obviously useful. Doesn't have to really be mentioned. And Electrical Shield. He lays down a shield. Your team's protected from bullets. They can also fire out of it and do more damage to enemies. And Overload is his most powerful ability. Basically jumps up in the air just like he's doing in this picture, and he launches his electricity out in all directions, and at the same time it stuns enemies but also deals major damage, so it's very useful. So knowing what I know now about Warframe, I would definitely choose Volt personally for my starting Warframe.
Wake up, Tenno.
I see the Lotus has tried to wake you. Pity she's too late. You're my prize now, Tenno. No. We are taking this one with us.
What has he done to you? I can't lose another Tenno. I'm surging your Warframe's power systems.
Quick, use your power. Defend yourself.
Alright, here we go. Launching the shocks left and right. Definitely an improvement over the original tutorial for sure. Oh, I don't have any weapons. Damn, I have to just use my abilities. I forgot. Alright. Guess I technically didn't pick anything up yet. Overload! Good night, guys. Good night. Oh, we need another Overload. Let's do this! Bam!
I am the Lotus, your friend and guide. I see that the cryosleep has taken your memories, so for now, we will focus on survival. An extraction ship is on its way, but the Grineer will be hunting you. Your Warframe's power has faded. Arm yourself. Find a weapon without Grineer interlock.
You got it, Lotus. Now, I noticed it said back there hold L3, but you just actually press L3 to sprint. Alright, I have to choose my melee weapon. Let's see.
A Tenno's melee weapon honors their warrior tradition. When technology was turned against them, they adapted.
Now, the Scano was actually the starting weapon in the original tutorial, and I definitely don't want to pick that again. So I actually accidentally picked up the MK1 Furx, which apparently is a brand new weapon. I've never seen or heard of this before. Then there's also the MK1 Bow. Interesting. Originally, the only MK1 weapon was the MK1 Braden, which was the starting primary weapon. So I guess we're going to use these gauntlets. Mess these guys up. Oh, punching them left and right. Oh, yeah.
Tenno Master respects their enemy, but offers no mercy. You have much to relearn, but I will be with you, as I am with all Tenno that still live.
Oh, I show no mercy to any of my enemies. They all fall before me. Just like this poor guy's going to. Oh, so brutal! Stealth attack for the win. Alright, let's keep approaching. This Vor is really annoying guy, isn't he?
There's a cache of weapons ahead. Grab what you can.
Alright, I see there's an enemy up there, so we're gonna go take care of him, and we're gonna go find something else. Approaching stealthily. Although I have a feeling I'm not actually supposed to be doing this right now. I'm just doing it to make it feel more realistic to me. I've never actually used a gauntlet weapon in the game before.
With discipline and aim, a Tenno sidearm can strike like a torrent across the battlefield. Choose your weapon.
Alright, so now we have a choice of secondary. So the Lado, oh man, I hate this gun so much. This was the starting secondary in the game originally. And I do not recommend picking this up at all. It's a piece of crap. Let's just leave it at that. The MK1 Furus, and then the MK1 Kunai. Alright, so I'm not really a big fan of the Throne Star, so I'm going to pick the Furus, I guess.
Good. The extraction point is up ahead. Hurry, before Vor finds out you've escaped.
Oh, damn Vor. Gonna shoot him just like this Grenier here. Yeah. Oh, Volt, level up, nice. So if you haven't already picked up on it, Vor is going to have a major part in the storyline. He's one of the major bad guys, the villains. He's actually the boss on 2 different planets, and he also appeared in the Tower 4 Void missions. He's still there as far as I know. I don't know if they took him out yet. I'm assuming they will eventually. But he's going to keep coming back. He's just a big annoyance, and I look forward to making him fall before me in the future.
Salvage team, why have you not reported in?
Because they're dead. Just like you will be soon. Oh man, I have to be on actual level. Oh man, I'm down to 2 health. This is horrible. This is the tutorial for crying out loud. Alright, so we're going to slide under there. Hopefully we can pick up some health. Nice, we got a little bit, alright. Let's keep going. We'll be fine, Stinkies, don't you worry.
Take what you can. You will require resources to build yourself into a diverse and effective warrior. This planet was once a wasteland, abandoned. But now that the air has returned, so have the Grenier.
Alright, so what I'm doing is I'm destroying these crates and I'm collecting resources and also health and energy. So you want to do that when you're first starting out.
You made it. There's the extraction ship.
Really, Vor, really?
I've searched the dismal deserts of these worlds for too long to let you go.
You're not ready to face Vor now. Use your melee weapon to block the beam and get inside. I'm not giving up on you.
My decrepit heart is pounding. This one is stronger than the rest. Lock the area down.
No, you shall be mine.
There's an energy signal in the ruins nearby. It may be our only chance, but we need to release the lockdown. Search the wreckage. You should find a cipher.
These guys just keep randomly appearing here. Oh, that was nice and brutal. You want to combine a slide with a melee attack for a nice brutal combo in there. Brutal attack, rather, not a combo. Alright, so we got this. Got the cipher.
Good. I'm marking the console. Use the cipher there to release the lockdown.
Just have to get past Vor.
Queens want to destroy you, but I need to know more.
You don't need to know anything. Get out of here. So if you have your melee weapon equipped, you can actually hold down R2 on the PS4, and it will deflect all bullets that come flying at you. So it's definitely a very useful tactic to use. It also, of course, blocks these melee attacks as well. Gonna mess these fools up. Oh! Left and right. Oh! These guys don't stand a chance. Alright, so we're gonna put the Cypher in here.
Get out of there, Tenno. You will have to face Vor another time, when you're fully restored.
I'm ready now.
We're near, my sons. Prepare the reinforcements. We need that Tenno.
This guy's trying to kidnap me. This is completely inappropriate. Now it actually makes sense why I'm trying to get out of here quickly. So I'm just gonna rush out of here and not even fight these guys. Alright, we're gonna channel energy into my melee weapon. Oh yes, these guys don't have any chance at all. Good night. Let's keep going, get out of here.
A Tenno flows like fire across the battle terrain. Do you remember how to run on walls?
Of course I do, silly. I've been playing this game long enough. Alright, got some more health, nice.
A Tenno will face overwhelming odds. Through mastery of all weapon forms, the coin of combat lands on its edge.
Now we finally get to choose our primary weapon, so we have the MK1 Paris. Oh, nice. MK1 Braden, which is the original starting primary weapon. I'm not going to choose that one. Then the MK1 Strun. Okay, so I never actually used the original Strun. I haven't used a shotgun in a while, so I'm going to use this.
I'm not sure what Vor has done to your Warframe, but we cannot remove it now. Just keep going. The energy sign is up ahead.
You've got it, Lotus. These guys are going to feel my wrath. Alright, not too shabby. I'm kind of sniping with it a little bit. Not as close as I'd like to be with a shotgun. It's not as effective as it should be. Definitely change of playstyle from using a rifle or a bow for sure. Oh! Rocky Balboa. Okay, yeah, press triangle to cycle your weapons. Common knowledge. What's going on up here?
The Orokin ship is up ahead. Just go.
Alright, we're getting out of here. Finally extracting. Oh, that's gotta hurt, sir. It's okay.
Disengage the suppression system so we can restart the ship. You'll have to bypass the security on that panel.
Alright, so we're gonna have to start this process. Where is it? Alright, let's actually clear these enemies up first. Looks like it's behind me somewhere. Alright, we should be good for now. Always head to the yellow icon on the minimap. That shows your current objective.
Stop touching me, you... What? Are my senses deceiving me? Operator, is that you?
Enemy reinforcements are here. Ship Cephalon, we require immediate extraction.
The operator is in danger? I will need a few moments to cycle the engines.
Tenno, are you afraid? You cannot hide from Lizor's eyes. I marked you. You will return to me.
Vor sounds like that obsessive boyfriend who just can't let go of the girlfriend that just left him. Alright, let's keep this going. So we just have to defend the ship for another 40 seconds, and then we should be able to finally get out of here. Should be no problem. These enemies are pretty low level, and I'm using the shock. You can see it does link the chain attack to enemies with the electricity. Pull out some MK1 Furus. Doesn't seem very difficult at all to hold down at this point. Now, if you're wondering who that other voice was along with Lotus, that's actually the voice of the ship. So that's going to be another one we have to deal with from now on. I'm not sure if he's going to be annoying like the Lotus is, but we will find out over the course of this playthrough. I'm sure if he actually turns out to be annoying, we'll find out almost immediately. Alright, so the time's run up. We should have defended the ship by now, so we should be extracting any moment now. Any moment now. Oh, one last good shock.
Tenno, the ship is ready. It's time to leave.
And that is officially the end of the Prologue series. I do hope you enjoyed. Don't forget to click like if you did and you want to see more videos in this series. Also hit subscribe to become a sneaky today that we can continue to follow this series in the future. never miss another video and never again, and I'll see you next time for some more Warframe on the PlayStation 4.